Go where you are appreciated. I've talked about this before. Nothing will make a more instant and impactful change in your results in dating other than changing your location. If I could wave my magic wand and make you 5 inches taller or give you a 6-pack of abs and big old muscles, a jawline, money, nothing will make a more instant and impactful change than simply going to where you are appreciated. Until you do this, if you're staying in an unfavorable dating market, whether that's in the US or not, did you know that there's cities in Latin America where the dating is arguably worse than it is in America? I swear to God, there are cities in Latin America where 90 to 95% of the women that are about a 7.5 and above are doing some form of sex work. They're all covered in tattoos, etc. So,
hey guys, back to the video in just a few seconds, but first, I had to share these amazing results that I've been having on dating apps using 100% fake AI-generated photos. Every single girl that you're seeing on screen right now, I matched with on Bumble using, yes, fake AI photos. And here are the photos on the screen right now that I used. And before you rush to the comments and want to say something dumb like, oh, I could kind of tell that they were fake. I know that you can't tell that they're fake because I'm lying to you. I'm showing you a mixture of both real photos and AI photos, and I bet you can't tell the difference of which is which. And I've done well on the dating apps even before with real photos, but ever since I put AI photos on there into the mix, the results have been absolutely insane, as you were seeing. And not only can I now be super lazy, I don't have to do photo shoots anymore in real life, but I can now get access to backdrops I never could before, such as being on a private jet or some insane looking baller Airbnb. And no, I know what you're thinking. Both the dating app platforms and Instagram cannot tell that these are AI and they will not get you banned. So if you want some of these for yourself, just check out the link in the video description. It's also in the first pinned comment. It's the same link, and we will get back to the regular video now.
On this topic of going where you're appreciated and going to a more favorable dating market, which is the best chance you guys have at actually getting a feminine, submissive, beautiful young woman that's non-combative, that doesn't annoy you, that gives you great physical loving, is to change your location. So let's react to a clip right now. I'm going to play this in just a second. Okay, so starting off saying Thai people think that white people are rich.
Look like face look good.
White people face look good. This is Thailand, obviously, if you didn't catch that.
I think Frank is smart than Thai people.
They think foreigners are smarter than Thai people, according to her.
Thai people think the white people is oh, you look good.
I think they are more respectful and not ask about highway question, something like this.
Not ask about highway patience? I didn't get that.
For me, now I prefer like Europe or American people. I think they are more understanding, more kind.
Yeah, more understanding, more kind. Sure, that's what you are looking for. American and European men are just so much more. It has nothing to do with the height and the blue eyes and the white skin and your social conditioning that you've had since you were a little girl that taught you white is right. It's because they're kind, right? Oh, women. Oh, the way they backwards rationalize and justify things.
You think they're more understanding and kind. So you actually prefer to find a white boyfriend or white husband?
Yes. Okay, I like...
And how old maximum older than you?
Maximum, right?
Yeah.
Of course, sometimes.
Yeah?
Okay, he's doing a terrible job in editing. She didn't answer either question.
Sometimes.
Like what, for example?
I feel like people in Bangkok feel like someone feel like a selfie.
Anyway, so that's the end of that clip. Started off good, but some terrible editing. Note to this content creator, Baum ready. I don't even know what that means. If you're going to do street interviews with girls and you ask them a question, don't cut out the part where they answer the question. One thing I want to go back to this topic of going where you're appreciated. And actually, we can talk about, I guess it's also related. So the terrible editor didn't give the woman a chance to respond, or he did and he cut it out, where he said, what's the maximum age difference? Here's another thing, bro. I'm 36 and I can match with 19, 20-year-old girls even the occasional 18-year-old girl on Tinder. Ooh, that angers people for so many reasons, which is a whole topic for another video. And it's no big deal. Why would, I mean, men in their 30s, if you work out, if you have a skincare regimen, we look great. When people see me, if I run into a friend from like high school or something like that, or someone I used to hang out like my early college years, the first thing they say when they run into me, a guy I haven't seen, 10, 15 years ago, bro, what the fuck, dude? You look exactly the same from when you were, 19, 20, 21 or whatever. And also a guy with a little bit of like, just eye bags, crow's feet, like a little bit. It's almost like a badge of honor. It displays wisdom and experience, which is something that young women value because they're always looking for their North Star. They're always looking for their leader, right? So that's another thing in America that's very, very weird. Here in Latin America, where I'm at, in most places, in Sao Paulo, Brazil, I felt that like a little bit. There were some girls I would meet and they'd be like, oh, I'm 21. I'd be like, oh, I'm 36. They'd be like, oh, whoa, we're so different in age. Sao Paulo is becoming highly, highly Americanized. Don't recommend it. Great city to visit. Brazilian people, great culture. They're fun. I do love Brazilian people. And there's some great girls there, but it's just not the best for dating, but I digress. In America, it's weird for a girl to date more than a few years outside of her age range. So a girl that's 21, she doesn't want a guy that's older than like 24. And I didn't really realize the power of this. One of my friends told me, he's like, hey, dude, one of the reasons why you're not getting girls on Tinder, this is like 2018 or something when I'm super, super new to online dating. And he said, lie about your age. Just like tell Tinder that you're, also 21. Then you could like tick the box. Like you can enter your birthday. So you're 21 on Tinder, but then you can hide your age so it doesn't display it. Right. And then when you meet girls in person, just tell them, oh, I'm this age. And they're like, did I set my age range that high? Whatever. Instantly change my results. Why? There's some weird thing. Again, I'm not going to, diverge on this age thing, too much, but it's just weird that in America, girls, that are 21 want a guy that's max 25. A girl that's 25 wants a guy who's max 30. I don't know why, guys in their, mid 30s, early 40s can't get a 21, 22-year-old girl in America. Whereas in Latin America, that's the norm. And that's kind of like expected, honestly. You walk around the mall, you see this all the time. Because from a girl's perspective, why wouldn't she? Again, assuming the guy takes care of himself, right? Now, back to this video, right? I know. News of the century, right? Southeast Asian girls, Filipinas, Thai, etc., really like foreigners, especially white foreigners, white skin and blue eyes like yours truly. I know. Quite a bit of a shocker, but I wanted to point out something, right? If you're not happy dating in your home country, your city, whatever city you happen to be in now, there's a lot of things that are your fault that you can improve on. Your social skills, number one, are probably ain't it. Everybody, it's one of these things that men will never admit that like, oh, I don't make enough money, I can't fight, and my social skills are perfect, right? Nobody wants to admit that their social skills can be improved. You probably have a terrible profile in your dating. You probably take pictures just like selfies and like bullshit you had lying around in your camera roll rather than planning every photo that you take to be professional and look good from the jump. Actually, let's put some before and afters of like, photos that were just from my camera roll versus photos that were like professionally shot. So you guys can kind of see the difference of like how you do it with the camera roll, how I do it with the professionally shot one. But beyond that, assuming you've done some work, and even if you just, I mean, most of you guys are lazy. I mean, most of you guys aren't going to do work. Let's be honest. Even people who pay me thousands of dollars for me to like say, here's your photographer. You have to show up at this time to this place wearing this. They don't show up. They pay, $1,000 or more dollars for my advice by consulting. They don't come to coaching calls. So if these guys are paying me thousands of dollars, don't take action. You on the free YouTube video aren't going to take action. But point being, even if you have, mediocre, looks, money, status, all these like, generic things, if you've, achieved some level of like above average, it could just be your location. And beyond that, a lot of guys think just going overseas will make all the difference. And there's so many weird nuances. Like I'll tell a weird nuance of the place I'm in right now. I'm not going to name the country because you weirdos in the comments don't understand the fucking drama that comes. Like if you make a video, like we say 30 good things about a country or city, and you say, well, but in this place, it has this good, great thing. Is this so great, but this one little negative thing, you can get canceled and get in the news and have a whole country outrageous and try to destroy you. It's true. So I'm not going to name the city or the country, but I probably have, after a first date in this city, something like a 70 to 80% mutual ghosting by me and the girl. We just ghost each other after the first date. Why? These girls here are beautiful, but somebody forgot to put the seasoning on these bitches. These bitches are bland. They need some salt. They need some onion powder. They need some Lowry's. They need some paprika. They have no personalities. They're boring. They're weird. Their dialect of Spanish is so poor you can almost not even understand it. And in Brazil, my let's say cardio rate, the probability that the girl and I were going to do cardio together was probably, again, within the first or second date, something like that, was probably 80%. Mexico, probably pretty similar. United States was probably 60, 70%. Costa Rica, yeah, somewhere in that. Africa, it was 100%. Limited sample size, but it was 100%. And in this place, that never happens. Also, they have a weird culture. There's no touching on the first date. You can't even hold the girl's hand. Listen, weird exceptions. I've been here for 6 weeks in total. Have I gotten laid on the first night? Yes. Have I pulled girls back to my place and made out with them on the first night? Yes. I'm just talking about the vast majority of these girls are super boring, super bland. And I get, look, if I had a gun to my head and I live in this city, look, it has its charm too. It's not like a terrible dating market. And the girls are gorgeous. They're some of the most beautiful girls I've ever seen in my life in Latin America. But listen, I could stay here and try to adapt to it. They probably want a guy who's more like a local. That's probably, very outgoing, very charismatic, trying to get physical touch on the first day, just like light hand holding, light touching, breaking social norms, a bit louder, a bit more outgoing. They probably just want a nice, boring guy to ask them interview style questions and how many siblings do you have? That's not me. I'm not going to talk about how many fucking goddamn siblings you have, right? I'm going to be outgoing. I'm going to tease. I'm going to joke. And listen, again, I could adapt myself to this, but why? Why would I this game that's been developed over 20 years, this mouthpiece from, back when I used to help out Real Social Dynamics guys on their boot camps, Tyler and Owen, when I was a client of theirs, when they were teaching me, back to, full circle when I was, assisting on their boot camps to, I don't know, Los Angeles, pimp and hose from Africa to the Amazon, from Cali, California to Cali, Colombia, right? Why would I change this game that's worked so well when I can just change my location? And again, listen, if I had a gun to my head, could I figure out this dating market? Could I make it work? Sure I could. Also, here's another thing too. I am 1 for 30 on my cold approach, day game cold approach, getting a date. And that one date was a disaster. Talk about mutually ghosting. It was one of the most uncomfortable, weird first dates that I've ever been on. Talk about a lack of ability to converse, joke around, feel comfortable, relax. And I get it. The girl was, very young. She was 18 or 19, something like that, which, whatever, you're young. I get it. Inexperienced. I guess I could be very intimidating to some of these girls, right? But point being is, I could just take this game and personality that works and go to another place. So don't think that also just because, you're a passport bro, everything is so easy. Again, Sao Paulo, bro, there's arguably cities in America that would be damn near on the same level of difficulty as Sao Paulo. You want to talk about, a flake rate? You can get, and this is not an exaggeration, you can get 30 Tinder matches a day in Sao Paulo. After 2 weeks, you have more than 300 matches, 300 to 400 matches, and go on 0 dates. Oh, back to what I was saying earlier, by the way, too, in this city that I won't name. 1 in 30 on cold approach leading to a first date. You can ask around about me. You can ask, other people I travel with. You can ask Austin Holloman. I went to a city with him in Brazil. Won't name the city. But we vlogged about it. And I took the video down. But anyway, some of you guys will remember the city. And oh, by the way, if you mention it in the comments or you try to guess the city I'm in now, I'm going to remove your comment and then remove your ability to comment on my future video. So if you try to comment and reveal these cities, then I'm going to, remove your comment and you won't be able to comment. Your comments will permanently be invisible. Nobody will ever see your comments on my videos. I don't like when you idiots do that. Austin Hallman could vouch. I could be in the mall in this city in Brazil and I could approach 8 girls, get contact information from 5, take out 2 of the 5 on a date, and end up doing one-on-one cardio with the horizontal monster mash with 2 out of 5 of those girls. And one could be like a legit 8.5 beauty pageant winner. Austin Holloman has seen this with his eyes. It was vlogged about. This is well documented. I know these results seem like, bro, you cannot, do in one day game session, shaboink with, 2 girls from one session, whether, 8.5s. I mean, look at you. It's documented. It was on the internet. People are there. Other people have witnessed this. You can ask around about me. So in this city, again, I don't really like Asian girls, but if I'm unhappy with my results here, again, I could try to be boring and, be like one of the little local nitwits they have here. So, local nitwit game. Or I could take my outgoing personality and my blue eyes and my white skin to Bangkok. Now, again, I don't like Asian girls. I wouldn't want to be on that time zone, but I'm just saying that's an option. So consider that. Work on yourself. This is not like you're perfect. And we're not women, right? We're not like, we don't do this whole thing where we take zero responsibility for anything in our lives. It's always society's fault. It's somebody else's fault. I can be an uncharismatic, fat piece of shit that's broke, and women, beautiful women should just want me. It's not that type of rant, but I'm just saying, within reason, like, look hard in the mirror. Whatever you probably think you are, you're maybe like a point or two below that, but whatever you can kind of come to the conclusion, just consider that it may not be you. It may be the market you're in. If you want to, consult with me or something like that, there'll be some contact information in the description of this video. My Instagram, I think, is still currently banned. Maybe the time you're watching this, it's Redbeard Rants 1 if you can find it, but I'm going through like trials and tribulations. I get it back, it gets banned. I get it back, it gets banned. But listen, whether you want to pay me or not, whether you want to, go down the YouTube rabbit hole, start asking other expats, going to the wrong location can just cause a lot of nonsense and disappointment and lost time. You can just waste a lot of your fucking time by going to the wrong dating market. And another thing to consider too, for the guys who can't be passport bros, you can fly girls in. There's some cities, even in Latin America, where there's no visa requirement. Number 2 is you can change your location. Like if you were in like West Hollywood, yeah, good luck, matching with these, or, on Instagram, getting one of these local West Hollywood, Instagram models to go out with you. But even just going to like Cerritos or Glendora, some like random city, just like, a little bit inland in California, can already be, bro, a girl from Glendora will be 9 bajillion times easier to get than a girl that lives in Hollywood. 9 bajillion times less headache. Now, she's still going to be American, so she's still probably going to be a headache and have a lot of entitlement, but I'm just saying, do not ignore geography. Improve yourself as much as you fucking can, but look for dating markets where you're actually appreciated for what you are. If you're a black guy, the Nordic countries, as well as the city of Miami in America, is a no-brainer. If you're a white guy and you're into Asian girls, the Philippines is a no-brainer. Okay, there's certain like no-brainer places that you want to go. And then in Latin America, it's kind of a mixed bag. You can literally go from like, 2 countries that border each other, or 2 cities that are like, a 4-hour drive apart, and get insanely different reactions in like, yeah, like a 2 or 3 hour drive. You're like, why was I a god on Tinder here? Why was I matching with the hottest girls in the city? They all wanted to date me. And then 3 hours down the highway here, it was like bupkis. I'm the same guy, same photos, same personality, same game, same financial bracket, same height. It's geography, boys. All right, that is all for now. Hope you enjoyed this hot take. Subscribe for more. Peace.